guys, it's Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, and this year marks Vonage's 20-year anniversary, 20 years in business. I was just, searching around the internet looking for some upcoming news to do one of our Sunday news videos, and when I saw this, I thought, it's not enough just to talk to our viewers and say, hey, this is Vonage's 20-year anniversary, have a nice day. I actually shot a message to some friends in high places over at Vonage and said, hey, do you guys have like some fun facts or just some things that I can talk to my audience about that are just things that they don't know about Vonage? And lo and behold, they sent me over this sheet about a week ago that says Vonage, a 20-year history of revolutionizing communications technology. So I wanted to spend a little time with you guys and just quickly run through this timeline of Vonage as a company over the last 20 years. And maybe we'll all learn some things that we didn't know. I actually haven't gone through this sheet in detail. I just kind of stored it away for today's video. So let's see if we learn something together about Vonage. But before we jump into this, for those of you who may or may not know or who do frequent this channel, you probably already know that Vonage is one of the top voiceover IP service providers in the market that we talk about and recommend on this channel. Even though we represent all of the major guys on this channel and we work with hundreds of customers that use non-Vonage options, Vonage is one of our biggest, most favored go-tos. They also won previously our VoIP Awards for 2021, which I'll tag in the video also above and in the description. So without further ado, let's jump into this, a timeline of Vonage's 20-year history. So 2001, Vonage is founded. For those of you who may or may not know, the word Vonage actually stands for Voice over Net Age is what that stands for. 2002, Vonage officially launches voice over IP service for customers. For those of you who may or may not know, we actually started, not Rich Technology Group, but I actually went into business for myself. To give you a little history of Rich Technology Group is a company that was formed after a partnership dissolution with a partner that I had way back when, but I actually went into business for myself in 2002. So interesting fun fact for you there that ties into Rich Technology Group and Vonage. 2003, Vonage offers first ever voice over IP platform for 911 calls. As a matter of fact, I actually know this for a fact because I've worked with a lot of folks at Vonage as well as a lot of customers. Vonage actually has clients that are 911 call centers at the time of this video. 2004, Vonage launches service in Canada. Vonage also offers unlimited, at the time of this video, they offer unlimited long distance calling with no extra cost. It's basically free long distance calling to Canada. And we actually have customers in Canada that use Vonage as well that I've personally worked with. 2005, Vonage launches service in the United Kingdom. 2007, Vonage Visual Voicemail Service is launched. I would be curious to know if they were the pioneer of the whole visual voicemail thing. Another fun fact for another day if we can verify that. 2008, Vonage reaches over 3 million subscriber lines, and it also has a little subcategory here. Vonage reaches major milestone with its first organic technology patent. 2009, Vonage introduces Vonage World, offering unlimited calling to more than 60 countries worldwide. Vonage unveils first mobile app. For those of you who've been to this channel, you know that we've done multiple reviews on Vonage's mobile app, and we've actually done demos on it. We're due to do one for 2021, but they probably got one of the easiest to use mobile apps out there. And also a little earlier this year, in 2021, Vonage actually introduced multimedia messaging to their mobile app, which is a big milestone for them in the mobile app world, especially with everything going on with everybody needing to go mobile and mobile apps being a more necessary tool in the world of business post-pandemic and post-remote worker and all that kind of stuff. 2010, Vonage granted a patent for virtual phone numbers. For those of you who are wondering what a virtual phone number is, that is the ability to essentially be able to have a number that is specific to a zip code, state, area, or region, but not actually be in that region. For example, Some of you may or may not know, but we do business all over the place. We've got staff and employees that not only are all across the United States, but even live in other parts of the world. But we operate strictly from our virtual number of 804, which is Richmond, Virginia, which is where I'm originally from. So that is essentially what a virtual number is. 2011, Vonage extends home phone service to mobile phones with mobile extensions. This is actually a one that has a soft spot for me because for those of you who may or may not know, our main number for this company, for Rich Technology Group, that we've had for eons, for going on close to about, I think, close to 14. We're getting ready to hit 14 or 15 years in business. But our number, 804-767-2136, actually originally was a Vonage residential number that I used as my home phone number, but also used it to run my small business. And then I got to a point where I needed like a real business phone system. I needed the ability to have extension numbers and have other people come on board and work with me that I could transfer calls to and conference in. And so we moved from Vonage residential to Vonage business at the time, as they called it. Now it's just Vonage, or the Vonage commercial department for commercial services and business. But we actually had one of those home phone service numbers that we moved into a commercial Vonage plan, which we still use today. 2013, Vonage acquires Vocalocity in a pivot to business cloud communications space. This one also ties into the story that I just told you about Rich Technology Group. When we originally moved our Vonage residential phone number over to the business platform, it was called Vocalocity. So we, as you could say, are kind of one of the original accounts, but also original resellers of the Vonage platform. Funny thing is whenever I call into Vonage support for help or to add new features or remove features, whenever I give a customer service rep our account number, which is only 5 digits, they're kind of like, is that it? And I'm like, yeah, it's just 5. That's because we're like one of the original Vonage commercial customers. So we have a very low, digit account number, whereas I think all of the account numbers now have 6 digits. We are on the old, like, 5-digit number. That's how old school we are in the Vonage world. But I could actually show you guys the contract where when we originally signed up for Vonage, it was Vocalocity. But Vonage acquired Vocalocity, and then Vocalocity became what is now today the commercial side of Vonage that offers the services and whatnot for the business customers that you see. 2014, Vonage acquires Telesphere, Simple Signal, and iCore Networks, expanding its foothold in the business-to-business communications space. That was a big move for them, and I actually remember when they did that because we were working some accounts that ended up becoming part of Telesphere and all of that, or part of the Telesphere acquisition when all of that acquisition came down. 2015, Vonage acquires middleware technology platform gUnify to seamlessly integrate into CRM and productivity tools. So 2015, to break that down in layman's terms, for those of you who are wondering, what's a gUnify, what's an integration, what's a middleware? Basically what happened in 2015 was Vonage acquired some tools and things that would allow them to be able to integrate seamlessly with CRMs and things like that. For example, at the time of this video, we use Zoho CRM internally, and our Vonage system integrates seamlessly with our Zoho CRM to be able to do things like reference call logs and call history with actual customer accounts in our CRM. Pull up a screen on our computers, which is called Call Pop, which when a caller calls in that is in our CRM records, we get a call pop on our screen that actually shows that client record, their face with their image that we have in there, their company name, the name of who they are from where they're calling, and all that kind of stuff. That is what that acquisition in 2015 allowed for the capability to do. Now, even though I said Zoho CRM, there's a whole bunch of other CRMs that Vonage integrates with, but that milestone in 2015 allowed for that ability that you see today to be able to have strong CRM integrations with people's productivity tools and productivity software. 2016, Vonage acquires CPaaS leader Nexmo, and Vonage also introduces SD-WAN solution and Vonage Smart WAN. 2017, Vonage launches next generation voice API. Vonage also expands international footprint to Germany, Japan, and China. Funny thing is, at the time, well, I wouldn't even say at the time of this video, I actually worked with the customer, I want to say about 5 years ago. Trying to see if that timeline lines up. My math is not that good, so for those of you watching, I'll let you do the math for me. But I actually worked with a customer about 5 or 6 years ago that was a IT consulting firm for the Department of Defense. So they had offices in the Pentagon, but they also had offices in Okinawa, Japan. And I actually worked with these guys to set up Vonage not only at their offices in the Pentagon, and then they had offices all across the United States as well, like spanning even all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast in California. But they also had employees that were American citizens that worked at the military base in Okinawa, Japan, and we had to work with them to set up their Vonage extensions over there so that the ladies that I was working with in Japan could seamlessly call back to the United States and vice versa about just dialing somebody's extension as if they were all in the same office. And it really did work. Another milestone there for 2017 is Vonage reaches milestone with grant of 200th patent. So that's a whole lot of patents there. 2018, Vonage expands its API and contact center offering with acquisition of programmable video provider TalkBox and contact center provider New Voice Media. I won't go into what all that is, but we've actually got some upcoming videos coming with the big dog engineers over at Vonage to show you guys some of the call center platform stuff, some of the contact center for call center platform. Vonage builds and releases next generation priority unified communications solution, Vonage Business Communications. This is when it became Vonage Business, which that has changed now. Now it's just Vonage, and the logo recently changed. We'll see if that's in here, but that's when all of that kind of took foothold. 2019, Vonage expands its AI offering with the acquisition of Tel Aviv-based voice and conversational AI provider Over.ai. Vonage revitalizes its brand as a B2B communications SaaS leader for a new era. And that's 2019, and I believe that is when everything started to change from the Vonage business brand and became the Vonage, as you guys see on the shirt that I'm wearing now, which is just, they rebranded the logo, and now instead of it being Vonage Business anymore, it's just Vonage. And believe you me, I got a lot of heat from marketing when I was still doing videos for our YouTube channel, and I was saying Vonage Business, Vonage Business. They kept slapping me on the wrist and saying, Prince, that's Vonage, not Vonage Business. And then they even sent me a shirt and a bunch of other stuff like this, I think, to get me to really get it through my thick skull that it was now just Vonage and not Vonage Business anymore, and that the logo had changed. 2020, Vonage reaches 1 million registered developers. Vonage Meetings is launched with the power of APIs and integrated directly with the VBC, which stands for Vonage Business Communications Platform. You know, I actually did a video, I think it was the week that Vonage Meetings released. Vonage Meetings is actually Vonage's answer to when the pandemic hit and everybody needed to figure out how to meet virtually when people were social distancing. These guys released Vonage Meetings, I want to say it was almost 3 to 6 weeks after the pandemic became a thing. Like, really, like we actually even did a video like right after the pandemic hit and everybody was thrown a miss in the market and in the economy from having to figure out how to stay productive and how to work from home or work disconnected from their staff or from their superiors. We actually did a video like 3 to 6 weeks after everything hit the fan when Vonage was like, okay, here's your answer for you guys to work. That's essentially what it is Vonage's own video conferencing platform, which is actually free and included for, as far as I understand, all users on the business or like the pro version of the platform. Vonage launches single pane of glass. This, I don't know what this is. This sounds like this is a video topic for another day. Vonage launches single pane of glass integrated platform for the VBC and the VCC platform. So it looks like this works for the business users as well as the contact center users. And then last but not least, for 2020, Vonage launches new mission and vision with a focus on accelerating the world's ability to connect, which, you know, it's no secret to anybody, that's bigger. That is a greater need than ever with everything that has happened post-2020 events. Last but not least, for 2021, bringing us up to date, Vonage recognized as an application software company. Vonage actually, they don't really consider themselves a phone system company anymore. They consider themselves a solutions company by using applications and software to solve your and my problems with how we communicate and work not only face to face, but also being interconnected and stuff like that, whether it be, abroad, separated by city, state, ocean, international borders, whatever that may be. And then last but not least, to bring us to the purpose of this video, Vonage celebrates 20 years of revolutionizing communications. For those of you who are watching, I first want to say thank you for watching this video. If you found this video interesting and helpful, please go ahead and give this video a like. If you're watching this video and you're interested in Vonage and you're wondering, what's new at Vonage, if Vonage makes sense for your business or not, give us a shout. You are literally talking to one of the top sellers of Vonage in the United States. We are one of the top dealers and top authorities online that doesn't work for Vonage, that just puts information out there and consults with companies on seeing if Vonage is a good fit or not for their business. Not only can we get our contacts over at Vonage to put together a customized demo for you to see if it makes sense for your business and answer your questions, regarding your business needs, we can also get you better Vonage pricing than if you shop direct, literally. So if you're interested in our free consulting services and would like to get a quote from us to see if Vonage makes sense, give us a shout. Don't forget to also hit that subscribe button, because you're watching the #1 channel on all things business phone systems and business internet tips and advice on how to choose the right solutions and how to also save money and get the features and the benefits in the solution that you need while doing it. We release new content every single week, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you're notified when new content comes out and you don't miss a thing. As always, this is Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, your go-to guy for the best deals on business phone and internet service in the United States. I'll catch you guys again in the next video.